Cummings, attorney ad litem. Where's Angela?
She was unavailable this afternoon, and she asked Brittany to fill in for her, basically, since they're aligned.
Okay, y'all represent both the mom and dad, Brittany?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, remind me what the parents' names are.
Samantha Kessinger and Trayvon Lewis.
Okay. Okay.
Judge, they were here. I don't know where they dropped off to.
I'll check again. They're not. Deidre Weiss.
That's my client, Your Honor.
Okay, that's grandma.
This time, Ms. Phelps, if you could unmute yourself.
Judge, I think we need to give brief openings.
Okay. Ms. Guy.
Judge, I expect to hear from Ms. Phelps this afternoon. I believe that she has some information about Ms. Weiss giving access to the parents of Zaylin. And I think that she's going to tell us that she's recently saw a video of Ms. Weiss in her trailer with either Samantha there or Trayvon there. I'm not sure which one. I'd have to hear her testimony. And it's our intention that we are going to ask the court to set aside the visit for now with grandma and to not approve our MSA, because at this point, we don't believe it's in the best interest of the child to start a 30-day visit.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask a question now that you've told me that. This is a case that we had, I think we had a hearing last time, or excuse me, 2 times ago, that I granted some visit that wasn't there a trailer that the parents lived in that they got kicked out of because they weren't really on the lease and things were going bad and all that. That's that case, right?
Yes, Judge, you granted my client access every other weekend on a stair step, and then the parties went to mediation twice, and at the second mediation agreed to a 30-day visit starting today for my client.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm sorry. I said I don't have my file, so I have lots of cases I have to keep up. Well, just so I know, we were set for trial on Monday and the dismissal date's in July. Where are we trial date-wise?
Well, we're set for Monday because we had agreed to an extension in the MSA as part of this agreement for a 30-day visit. But if you are going to bust the MSA today, then we're having trial Monday.
Okay. Well, we don't have a court reporter, so we're not going to have a trial Monday. So, because I wasn't notified that I needed a court reporter. So just FYI, calendar-wise for y'all. So, okay. Well, okay. I'm up to speed. Okay. Ms. Darby, anything you want to say?
Judge, it sounds like to me that this aunt, for some reason, came out of the woodwork. The parents, to my understanding, and her do not get along at all. They lived with her back earlier this year, and my client tells me she hasn't seen or talked to this aunt since February of this year. So we would have concerns with anything that Ms. Phelps brings up today and what her motives are behind bringing it up.
Story. Let me ask a question. I don't know if we're going to get into this, but are the parents do anything on their service plan?
No. Judge, my clients did just send me, they are involved with Celebrate Recovery now. So they sent me something this morning showing their tokens for that. So
are they doing their UAs and stuff?
They're having a hard time with transportation. I think they've asked Ms. Tomlinson if they can have help with transportation.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Dennis.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you know, this is a request to not have to comply with an MSA. Call it an emergency hearing, call it in the best interest of the child, whatever they want to call it. It's a request to not have to have the visit today. We have shown you previously in hearings that this department worker and has some issues with my client, has some personal feelings about the parents, and has been involved in their personal lives prior to this hearing. I believe that this has been ongoing for at least a week, that they've been attempting to find a reason to bust this MSA. There has been only one individual who has made any sort of representations about what the evidence is, and that was made yesterday to me after 4:30 p.m. It's been alleged that there is video evidence. It's been alleged that there is photographic evidence, but none of that has been sent to me. What I have gathered and put together, I have sent to everyone in an email just a couple of minutes ago. But I believe that all of the documentable evidence that you're going to hear about happened in November of 2022, several months prior to us even getting in, number one, us getting in this case, but also prior to the mediated settlement agreement being signed. Again, I agree with Ms. Darby that my client and the parents have a very bad relationship with Ms. Phelps and her son. I believe you're going to see a video today of Miss Samantha, the mother, and Miss Phelps' son screaming at each other on a Ring video camera. And Mrs. Phelps' son making an indirect allegation that my client is using methamphetamine back in November of 2022. My argument is going to be that the department had plenty of time to do their due diligence, to ask for a drug test, to investigate this. And the only reason they're bringing this to you now is because they, along with CASA, have been planning to try to get out of this MSA and this 30-day visit that they agreed to. I will report to you that after hearing about this, I sent my client to get a drug test. I've sent that to all the parties. She took a urinalysis instant drug test that was negative for all substances yesterday. And I've sent a receipt that I'm going to ask you to order the department to reimburse my client for having to do that, and for not paying for it themselves or not asking at any time prior to yesterday after 4 o'clock. Again, Judge, the case law here is pretty clear. You need to have one of three things to bust an MSA in a family law case. You need to have fraud, you need to have duress, or you need to have new evidence that was created after the time of the signing. That means the agreement is no longer in the child's best interest. Not evidence created months ago that they just found out about. New evidence of events that have happened since the time of the signing of the MSA. That's what I've got, Judge.
Let me ask a couple questions. When did y'all go to mediation, Mr. Dennis?
I got to look it up. I've got it on my file if anybody's got it.
I can look.
It was filed
25th.
May 25th.
Okay. Ms. Guy or somebody, are there videos, are there pictures other than the Ring video that Mr. Dennis is talking about?
Well, it depends on which video you're asking about. I think the video that Ms. Phelps is going to describe as something that she saw on Facebook but no longer exists.
Okay.
And obviously we would have an objection to that. Any evidence regarding a video that no longer exists coming into evidence.
I got it. Mr. Dennis, where did your client, drug test at the same place everybody, that CPS contracts with?
No, because it was after hours. It was at, I've got it right here, Judge. It was an urgent care, Integrity Urgent Care at 3:30.
Sort of like if I'm sick, I go to that urgent care place.
Correct, Judge.
Mr. Dennis, do you know if, I know that if you go here, you go there, like employee UA, some have different cutoff levels and stuff in the department. Do you know if they were the same as that normally do in our cases?
I don't, Judge. I would assume they are. It's certified by the specimen collector. And so I don't know the details. All I know is that this was the one they offered that would give us an instant result. And this is what she paid for.
Has your client done a UA or any kind of drug testing before this one?
I maybe a long time ago. I'm not positive, but I don't think so.
Okay. Because
she's never been requested to do that.
Okay. So no hair test, nail test, nothing like that, right? That you're aware of, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Cummings.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm not opposed to the 30-day visit. I would just like for it to be delayed pending grandmother going and submitting to a hair and a UA. Just so, this 30-day visit is essentially going to disrupt this his routine, everything that he knows, pulling him out of daycare, because the goal of it was to transition him into Miss Weese's home. And if we do this without checking all the boxes. Now that new information has come forward, even if it's old, it's still concerning. I would just rather have those results and then start the 30-day visit. I don't want to get rid of the MSA. I just want to give us a little bit more time. And the other issue that I just thought about is I know that there's probably going to be some testimony about the baby having pink eye in both eyes. And I'm not sure if Ms. Weiss has been able to do the medical consenter training and if CPS has added her as a backup medical consenter so that way she can actually seek medical care for this child. Because he ended up with pink eye, and I mean, that's no fault of hers, but she couldn't even seek medical care for him because she's not a consenter. And so I think that we may have jumped the gun a little bit with, as far as time goes, arranging this, and we need to make sure that we have everything done so that way she can meet the needs of this child while he's with her.
Okay. So what does the MSA provide for after the 30-day visit was to occur?
I think it was just that we were going to have
a placement hearing.
Yeah, have a placement hearing.
I think it's set about 2 or 3 days after the end of the 30-day visit.
Okay,
or request for it to be set that day.
Blah, blah, blah.
Correct.
I think we put it on the July 10th
Okay.
docket.
Okay, before we begin, y'all, sorry, I should have said this earlier. You know, this emergency hearing, I don't think anybody planned on being in court on a Friday. I know I didn't. And we're all on Zoom, and we're on Zoom. We're also be on YouTube. Does anybody have any objections to that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, because I obviously wasn't able to get to Land Passes today to have a hearing on this case. So, okay. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add? And Casa, I'll hear from y'all when we get done with the testimony.
Judge, to rebut something of what Ms. Cummings said about the medical consenter, in the MSA, it was required that Ms. Weiss was going to take the child to all doctor's appointments, physical, occupational, everything. So if the consenter, signing her as a consenter is a holdback, we all knew on May 25th that she was going to be required to do so. So that paperwork should have already been in the works.
So was she going to take the child to all medical visits while she had him during the 30 days or for here on after?
For the 30 days.
Okay. Remind me, is child in foster care or with fictive kin or something like that?
Foster.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Guy, you may begin.
My witness is gone.
Good. That helps. I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, she's gone.
She's not in the waiting room or anything?
Parents are here.
Judge, I can't get a hold of her.
Who were you in charge of contacting her to come to court today, Ms. Guy?
No, but I mean, I helped with it and I sent her the link and she was on earlier. I don't know what happened. I know Michelle and Andrea have spoke with her directly before.
Judge, it wouldn't surprise me if she heard the opening statements and decided that she didn't want to be a part of this.
Now, Mr. Dennis.
I mean, it's hard to tell the truth.
It's hard to tell the truth. I think it'd be harder to tell a lie.
You have a very strong moral compass, Judge.
Well, we know that, Mr. Dennis. I couldn't keep them straight. I'm doing good just to keep regular days straight. I'm going to tell y'all, those of y'all, it's totally off the subject. Those of y'all that missed our meeting yesterday with Superior Healthcare, it was very, very, very helpful. They're going to be really helpful.
So they're giving us like a liaison type person, is that?
Yeah, they're going to start watching PMC cases on the docket, but because they figure those are the kids that really have the needs. But if any of y'all have any kids that really need, like, you know how they are about braces, they're kind of cruddy about acne medicine, psychiatric care. Michelle, you came in, didn't you? Didn't you? Were you there? No,
I was not, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, the ladies, I sent y'all all the emails. Anything that is kind of getting dragged on, y'all know what I mean? Just call the lady on the email I sent y'all and they'll get on it. They'll help with providers. I told them I don't like telehealth for, therapy very much, but they kind of work around on what, like Grace says, they don't want to do it for cosmetic, but if it's a court order or, we can get a doctor thing, that'll help. I mean, CPS has this I always had a Superior Healthcare liaison, but now we can go directly to Superior Health. So if any of y'all are having to have a case where there's a kid that has a need, just bypass CPS and go straight to, you need to probably send an email or whatever, let everybody know, but you can go straight to this lady and she'll get on it. And she'll also watch, TMC cases, anything that we need her to watch so she can learn more about the case and why it's needed and stuff like that. Really good. And I think she's going to, it's kind of a pilot. OCA gave them me, and I think they're going to watch either Judge Cornish or Judge Sims too. But It's not a pilot. It's in effect. It's a program in effect, but they're just trying to learn what's going on more from observing the cases that they're just observing right now.
Cool.
So I don't know. That's kind of a long way of explaining it, but I think y'all get my drift.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, it was great. Well, Ms. Guy, I don't know what to do.
No, Judge, I'll just call Miss Weiss about this lady's allegations and see what she knows about it.
Okay. Well, let me go in the breakout room with lawyers in CASA real quick.
Okay.
Because maybe we might not have to have a hearing on Monday, and I know any days we don't have to have hearings, we're all happy about that. What we talked about is, I'm going to go on and let the visit occur. Miss Weiss, where's Kyle? Oh, there, he's here. Okay.
There he is.
Miss Weiss is to do a 90-day segment and hair strand paid for by the department. As I want to go on and get that done by, let me get a date for y'all, by June 14th. I'm not going to have the department reimburse her for the UA she took. We're going to have, pursuant to the MSA, we're going to have a permanency hearing on 7/10, like y'all had talked about. I'm going to grant the extension, and our court dates are as follows. 7/10 is a perm hearing, 9/11 is a perm hearing, 10/30 is a perm hearing, and our final trial is 1/8, and our dismissal date is 1/13/24. Parents, y'all have a service plan. You have to comply. Your parental rights can be subject to termination. Ms. Weiss, I need you to do something to be able to be a medical consenter, and need that done ASAP. So if baby has some issues while he's with y'all during that 30 days, that you can take him to the doctor or something without CPS having to be involved. I think Ms. Cummings said she would be in touch with you and give you that information, as the department should do that also. So just the medical consenter in effect by, let's say a week, that'll be 6/16. Okay, anybody need anything else?
I just have one comment. I'm due literally the 25th of October, so I don't know that I'll be able to make it to that court date that you have in October.
Oh, it'll be 5 days later. You'll be fine.
I don't know when I'm due right now. This baby's
Samantha, we'll deal with that when that comes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's a long way off. Okay. We're court on Monday, guys. We just doing it. This is our court date for Monday, so it's off the docket for Monday. But I will see y'all on. Y'all said July 10th, right? Yes, July 10th court date. Okay. Thank you. We'll be in. Yay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And now I'll talk to you about the docket real quick.